Now the last method under the chapter of correlation analysis is concurrent deviation method. This is also one of the widely used method as it is very simple to calculate. So here we apply this formula. Here C denotes concurrent deviation. The formula is very simple, plus minus 2C minus n upon n. So C stands for how many positive signs are there, the number of positive signs that we will see in the question, how these are calculated, and small n denotes capital N minus 1. So with the help of this formula, we can easily calculate correlation by concurrent deviation. Now let us see one example. Now this is the question of concurrent deviation method. Now first of all, in this we will have to calculate dx. Dx stand for direction of change in the x series. In which direction the x series is moving. Now the first value will always be put as a cross. It means there is no value we are considering. Now from 65 we have gone to 50. The value has reduced, so we will put a minus sign over here. From 50 to 35 again we have reduced, so minus sign. 35 to 55 it has increased, so plus sign. 55 to 60 plus sign. 60 to 25 it has reduced, minus sign. 25 to 45 it has increased, so plus sign. 45 to 80 again it has increased. 80 to 85 it has increased. So when the series is increasing, put a plus sign. When series is decreasing, put a minus sign. Now we will do the same for y. What is the direction of change of y series? The first value we cannot compare with any value, so we are putting it here to be cross. 45 to 35 minus, 35 to 55 plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, plus, and finally plus. So you can see how the values are changing. Finally, in the next column we will calculate dx into dy. The both will be multiplied. The first value will always be cross because there is no value. Minus minus plus, so it is plus. Minus plus minus. Plus minus minus, plus plus plus, minus minus plus, plus plus plus, plus plus plus, plus plus plus. So this is how you have to solve this. One more thing I would like to tell you here, just note down that plus minus is always minus. Plus plus is always plus. Minus minus is always plus. Right? But sometimes your value does not change. For example, here from 50 and next value would have been 50. So there we would have put a 0. It means it has not changed. Right? So if from here the value 35, next would have been again 35. So we would have put a 0. Okay. So 0 minus is always minus. 0 plus is also minus. But 0, 0 it makes a plus. And here plus signs are very important. So again I will repeat. Plus minus minus, plus plus will lead to plus, minus minus plus, 0 minus minus, even 0 plus is also minus. But if two zeros come in front, so that will be leading to plus. So now after this, what you have to do is you just calculate how many positive signs are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our 6 has come, C has come out to be 6. So you have to count the positive signs. Now finally we will put the formula that you have seen initially, that is RC is equals to plus minus 2C minus n upon n. So plus minus, this plus minus is nothing, just to solve this. So 2C, C is here 6 minus small n. I told you small n is capital N minus 1. So number of observation 9. So 9 minus 1. Why we are deducting 1? Because first values change we could not consider. So 9 minus 1 is 8. So it will be 8 upon 8. So here we will solve 12 minus 8 upon 8. So 12 minus 8 divided by 8. It comes out to be 0.5. So we will take the under root of 0.5. Its under root comes out to be 0.707. So this is how concurrent deviation questions are solved.